Lots of things in Subnautica produce bubbles. You, your vehicles, and even the wildlife. These are normally a good thing, especially when they restore your oxygen supply. But what happens when you have too much of a good thing? Is it possible for a game based almost entirely underwater to have too many bubbles? To find out, I'm going to plant as many brain coral as I can. As they produce 3 bubbles of oxygen every few seconds, if I plant enough of them, I can turn the ocean into one giant field of bubbles. How much can 4546b take before it breaks? It's time to find out. Okay, this is the first of many. We're just going to put them everywhere. Well, I'll cover the whole map if we have to. Where is our specimen? You will be the blueprint for our world domination. I've already lost count of how many of these things there are. Okay, we have our first 4 brain corals. We just need to... Whoa, what happened there? We can just use console commands to make these grow fast. This is going to be a long and arduous process. Look, a seed. They call it a sample, but it's definitely a seed. Get us more brain coral. Oh no. We have our first victims. This is already quite a lot of bubbles, and this isn't even that many brain coral yet. You know, after this, the cost of brain coral is going to be super cheap. We're going to really mess up the supply chain by doing this. Valiant brain coral warriors are falling in the fight to conquer this world. Each one gives their life willingly. I'm not noticing any lag yet. I'm wondering how much of the map we're going to actually have to cover. I feel like I'm already starting to see frame drops. Only ever so slightly. It's definitely not running as smoothly as it was, and we haven't really placed that many yet. This is a world of bubbles now. I don't think the game was designed with this many bubbles in mind. Don't you burp at me, gasopod. Have I done some truly bizarre challenges on this channel? Yes, I have. Am I going to stop doing them? No, I'm not. It's definitely seeing a performance hit. Going over here is bad for the game. Brain for the coral god. Nowhere is safe. I am but the brain coral's dutiful servant. The bubbles are overtaking the world. Nighttime falls on 4546b, but the work continues. We do not get stopped by such trivial things as darkness. We have the brain coral to light the way. Oh! I was right. It was but an eclipse. All praise the brain coral. Next time these guys grow, it's going to get so much worse. I am definitely seeing a frame decrease. We haven't even covered one biome. Can you actually crash the game by doing this, or will it just freeze into a completely unplayable state? Oh, there was definitely some lag there. They glow in the dark too. Look at this. The guiding light of the brain coral will lead us to salvation. There is definitely some lag going on here. What is the song about? 99 red balloons, 99 blue bubbles? Here was me thinking we might be able to cover the whole map. So it tells me that's probably not going to happen. More brain coral. We must just find spots wherever they can go. If I go here, it's like they're not being rendered. Everything feels fine. If you turn around, oh, feel the frame drop. Just don't look at it and it's fine. We're going to make the whole ocean breathable. Looking at it makes it really laggy, but if you look this way, everything is fine. It's like staring into the sun. We all want to do it, but it's not a good idea. Maybe my brain's actually been replaced by a brain coral. Maybe that's why I'm doing this. One of us, one of us, one of us. How much can the game take? I don't know. Don't look that way. Game lags. Just carry on as if nothing was happening. I originally had a plan of counting them each time I put them down, but that's quickly gone out of the window. I honestly have no idea how many I've placed now. Look how laggy this is, and that's just with this part. What's going to happen once we get all of these grown too? I like how to start with I was placing all of these in nice little neat rows, and now it's just like, yeah, wherever there's space, just chuck one down. You think you filled an area, but no. There's always space for more brain coral. Who'd have ever thought that too much oxygen is a bad thing? Everything in moderation, even oxygen. I think this might be enough grow beds to start planting again in. I can quite literally feel my computer giving up. Not since I made the giant land base has my computer struggled this much. I am the brain coral kingpin. Nobody can grow more brain coral than me. You better not be interfering with my bubbles over there. Don't try and hide behind that rock. The fungus is spreading. It's like the corruption in Terraria. It just goes further and further forward. I mean, you'd never struggle to breathe around here, would you? I can't believe the developers never thought of this. Why did they not stress test their game enough? Some may say that I have been brainwashed by the brain coral, but I would say it is you that has not been brainwashed enough by the brain coral. Why think for yourself when the brain coral can do it all for you, and it makes things so much more efficient? See, things on the channel started out with lore and it was all very scientific, and the longer this has gone on, we've just devolved further and further into madness. And this is the result. You gotta admit though, them brain corals do look pretty nice in the dark. It feels so much nicer being over here. As soon as you turn around, it's like, oh god, please, don't make me look at it. I dread to think what's gonna happen once these are all grown. It's gonna get so much worse. Another day is beginning. beginning on 45, 46B. It might be the last day. The game is definitely struggling here. These are basically all clones of that same brain coral we saw at the start. We might need some random disease that's native to 45, 46B to wipe them out. If only such a strange virus, maybe one that makes you break out in green spots, existed. My god, how many frames are we on now? Even the audio is lagging. The game's sound can't cope with the amount of bubbles that are on screen right now. Maybe the reason the sound is all distorted is because the brain coral actually breaking reality itself. Maybe we're going to phase into some strange brain coral dimension where the floor, the ceiling, the walls, everything is made of brain coral. The coral rooms are stalked by a strange brain coral monster. I've got a quite good computer. This is really starting to get out of hand. I wonder if some point the sound will just stop playing at all. Even entering the PDA is now starting to be a struggle. You know, maybe the quarantine enforcement platform wasn't to stop the car from leaving, it was to stop the brain coral from escaping. It's definitely getting worse. Things are slowly starting to disintegrate. It's just me and the brain coral and a horrifying frame rate. You just know every single one of these that gets planted, everything gets so much worse. This is fine. Everything's on fire. And this is fine. Oh god, the closer you get to the heart, the more things seem to deteriorate. Not even the fish can handle this. Look at them go. They don't know what to do with themselves either. Oh my god. The frame rate is dying. Time is losing all sense of meaning. See, normally when I say something breaks Subnautica, I mean that the game is playable. Whereas this time, it really does break Subnautica. It's lagging so badly now. It's getting to the point though now that even when I look away, it's still kind of laggy. It's not as bad as looking at it, don't get me wrong, but it's still lagging. There's like a tiny PDA stuck in the middle of my screen. Can you see that in the middle of the hand? The game is starting to come apart a little bit now. It's also making planting take a lot longer now. No, don't accidentally hit the PDA button. That is a big problem now. Just swimming through here is an absolute nightmare. More bubbles. This is exactly why they limit your oxygen in Subnautica. They can clearly see it's not good for you, or good for the game. Maybe getting in the life pod will save me from this nightmare. Even the inside of the life pod is not safe from the lag. I can't even see the brain corals from up here, but I can feel their effect. Oh god. It's definitely getting bad. I now have a brain coral image stuck on the screen because the game is disintegrating so badly. I'm sure YouTube loves this smooth, consistent frame rate. What a lovely viewer experience you're having right now. It feels like one of those beautiful sights you're never supposed to see. Like being the last man alive at the end of the world. Their domain must grow as my CPU shrinks. I like how in the midst of all this chaos I can still find places for more grow beds. I have not slowed this down in any way. What you are seeing right now is the actual raw gameplay. This is so bad. I can't even turn around in one motion. So this was kind of unexpected. I left the area to try and get away from the brain coral so I could swim into the area from somewhere outside and see how the game lags out. But I'm actually now nowhere near the brain coral and the game is still chugging itself to death even though I am nowhere near where the brain coral are. I mean, the brain coral are over there where the life pod is. So they're quite far away. They're probably not even loaded in and the game still lags like crazy. Maybe it's thanks to this one brain coral here. Why are you doing this to me? Apparently the whole world is starting to suffer because of this. You come through, you kind of stuttery, but it's not terrible. And then you come through here and the game just goes, nah, this is not the place to be. This is not the location you want to be on the map. This bit in the middle is the worst, by far. Like, this is where the game really starts to fall apart. This is how the game runs right now. This is absolutely horrible. So I think this proves my point. Can too many bubbles break Subnautica? Yes. Yes, they can. So try not to splash so much next time, yeah? And special thanks to my patrons, Asmodeus Mateus, Graham DeLoye, Baron Windy, and Immortal for making this video possible.